Thank you, Mr. Moderator, and through you to the members. I'm Tommy Vitolo, town meeting member at large. Because of state policies like our annual increase in the renewable portfolio standard and offshore wind generator construction through 83C and 83D, and because of our local community choice aggregation program, opt up to 100%, please. Our electric grid continues to get cleaner. The New England electric grid is primarily a mix of methane gas-fired combined cycle generating stations and non-emitting generation like wind, solar, and hydro. As a result, electric vehicles are cleaner than gasoline and diesel. And electric heat pumps emit less carbon pollution than natural gas boilers or furnaces. Because electric is less emitting, we reduce emissions every time we convert a behavior like propelling a vehicle, cooking, or heating air or water from fossil fuel fired to electric. This strategic conversion of fossil fuel fired activities to electric powered is called beneficial electrification, and it is a public policy that reduces carbon emissions. And as the emissions reductions from beneficial electrification grow bigger in time, because the electric grid gets cleaner and cleaner every year. If we are to reach our climate goals, we must reduce our emissions caused by heating buildings with oil and gas. I'll say that again for the folks in the balcony and for the Massachusetts Sustainable Energy Coalition, funded by National Grid, Eversource, and the developer of the Weymouth compressor station. If we are to meet the 80% reduction by 2050 required by the Global Warming Solutions Act, the more complete 100% reduction by 2050 goal, or the nearer term 50% reduction by 2030 target, we must significantly reduce the fossil fuel consumption associated with heating our buildings. This body clearly understands that. The applause shows that. But also, we showed that when we acted to prevent a gas easement for a firefighter training facility. We showed that when we acted to require the schematics for both Baldwin and Driscoll to be fossil fuel-free designs. We showed that knowledge last night when the petitioner, select board, and advisory committee were unanimous in including the fossil fuel-free provision for Warrant Article 4. Inspired by this body, our local legislature, I filed the Spark Act this session to require that new state construction follow the lead of the Brookline legislature. And impatient with that process, we'll offer an amendment to the transportation bond bill to require clean heating and cooling for money spent by that bill. We've got to cut emissions dramatically, which means we've got to cut emissions from our buildings. The most efficient, the least cost per carbon ton avoided, the most economic way to do that is during new construction. When you're in a hole, the first thing is to stop digging. We must reduce carbon emissions from our heating systems in order to meet our climate goals. This bill simply takes away the shovel. I apologize that I will not be voting on this bill because in about 30 seconds, I'm going to go outside and go back to the State House where we're voting on a supplemental budget and a statewide prohibition, I hope, on flavored tobacco. But I hope that you will vote favorable action on Warrant Article 21. Thank you.